In 2006, a discovery in the small Colombian town called Cajamarca would change its future.
Through Colombian media, former President Alvaro Uribe Vélez declared that one of the most important gold reserves in the world was found in Cajamarca.
The South African mining giant AngloGold Ashanti bought the government license to make this the biggest open-pit gold mine in South America. Over the next decade, AngloGold invested hundreds of millions into 3 Colombian mining projects it calls the largest, La Colosa. AngloGold says this mountain holds approximately 28 million ounces of gold, worth an estimated $35 billion US. But to extract these riches, the mining company would have to bulldoze the mountain. Local farmers say the operation's toxic runoff would ruin their crops.
Our municipality is the #1 producer of aracacha and red beans, and we produce many other important foods for the country.
These farmers, using a 2015 Colombian law, called for a referendum on La Colosa. In March, nearly 6,300 Cajamarca voters cast their ballots, an overwhelming 98% of them said no to mining. AngloGold accepted the result and halted explorations. The results in Cajamarca brought on a wave of legal uncertainties. Local plebiscites on land use are considered binding. Colombia's Minister of Mining argues local authorities may make decisions on land use, but underground resources are under the control of the national government. Even more worrisome for pro-mining officials, 39 local governments are reportedly requesting similar referendums to block mining projects in their regions. One expert says this will scare off international investment.
Another referendum was just approved in Cumaral Meta to prohibit the extraction of hydrocarbon. At this rate, we won't have hydrocarbon, gold, or coal, and the country's economy will be suffocated.
Colombia is the world's 5th largest producer of coal and has rich deposits of gold, copper, and other minerals. The Colombian government has relied on taxes from mining companies to fund development for years, and it needs it now more than ever. Colombian President Juan Manuel Santos promised to invest in rural areas that were forgotten during the country's 50-year civil war, but his promises could go unfulfilled by local opposition to mining.
We haven't still quite decided if we want to be a mining country or not.
The Colombian Association of Mining says this is a dispute over land use. The association is supporting a bill that could break the stalemate.
National government, municipalities, if they think differently, who's going to solve the problem? Is it a court? Is it the president? Is it a public voting?
The bill is being drafted and Congress may vote on it as soon as July. In the meantime, Cajamarca farmers still insist that mining could destroy their fields. 3 major Colombian rivers flow from these mountains. Gutting a mountain to extract its gold could destroy this fragile ecosystem.
The rain needs mountains. It needs soil to infiltrate and recharge the groundwater ecosystems that feed our rivers and streams that later reach the ocean. So without mountains, that water cycle is broken.
In the nearby city of Ibagué, the Cajamarca farmers march against mining. They won the referendum, but fear that giant mining companies will eventually get what they want.
Our fathers were farmers, and we want to continue that vocation. Hopefully, our children and grandchildren will follow our example of producing food for our country and the world.
Colombia's rich natural resources are at the center of a conflict that pits the federal government against local ones, giant corporations against small-town farmers, the rich against the poor. Whatever Colombians choose could alter the fortunes of this country for centuries to come. Michelle Begue, CGTN, Colombia.